Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my little retreat down here, where I'm going to be reviewing today the second deck of my deck haul, and it is de la Nuit, Lenormand. And I'm excited about this because it's always nice to try something different. I know as a tarot reader, I love the system of tarot, but I also love the system of Lenormand. And as I tried to say yesterday, you can see on the bottom here, Alexander Bach and Carol Ann, and I'm going to say Eschenazi? Eschenazi. That sounds good. So we're going to go with that for today. And I've done a little bit of a slit up here to help me get in. I've got my tea. I hope you're all comfortable. And let's see what this nighttime Lenormand has to offer. So I'm going to set this down here again, and we're going to tilt so that we can get a real good look at the cards. It is a La Scarabeo deck, printed in Italy, and it caught my eye on the internet because of the nighttime images. And I just didn't have that in my collection, and I wanted to add it. So here we go. We are in, get rid of that film. And it is such a peaceful scene right there, and some of the constellations in the background. I'm not sure what the book is going to offer us. There's the side. We'll flip to the back. So you've got your 36 cards, and the images look quite big and clear. Now I realize if I want to do a grand tableau, it's going to have to be an awfully big table. So I might experiment a little bit with this deck doing 9 cards. Maybe start with 3 till I get adjusted to its images. But I do love a grand tableau, so for fun one day, I might just get on the floor and lay them all out and just have a blast. So let's get into these. It's got the little thumb hole, which is nice for opening. Okay, we do have a beautiful booklet. I love the imagery there on the front. Now, does that repeat on the back? Yes, it does. So that is really nice. And I would say on a spread cloth, that's going to look really nice too. I don't turn all my Lenormand cards over at once generally. I tend to look at the top 3 for the theme. I'll look at the 4 corners. I'll look at the heart of the spread. And then I'll look at the sort of the 4 cards that end up at the bottom there, the secrets, the keeper of the secrets down below. So La Scarabeo on the back. Now we are getting into another language there, so let's flip and see when we get to English. Well, that's a little disappointing, but there we are. We're getting 36 pages for the 36 cards, and a little bit about the artist there. She's a digital artist. Get you to see that there. And we're going to enjoy, hopefully, all of the cards and all of the images. She includes a couple rituals before using the deck, so I will skim that. I find sometimes these little things that the artist has added in to awaken the deck. For me, sometimes I find the deck was created by them, and they have the intention of how we should awaken it. So I sort of fall into that and go, yeah, okay. And I do have great success in awakening the decks using the rituals set out by the creators. And I often call on the creators by name when I sometimes start using a deck. So I'm looking forward to that booklet. It does have the little ribbon for lifting the cards out with, which is handy. Now you can see one of the images there, but I'm going to set this aside for a second, take out my little knife, and see if we can't get into these cards without any damage. I would love to hear, excuse me, frog in throat. I would love to hear how many Lenormand decks are in your collections, which ones work the best for you. Do you tend to like the petite ones so that you can do the whole grand tableau? So you can see I'm getting in here slowly. There we go. Now, is there an upright? Yes. And sometimes I reverse in my card decks. Not so much in Lenormand, but I like the image there of the moon for the evening and the phases. That's kind of nice. So this would be card 36 and this would be card 1. Let's just set this down to the side and get a real good look at these. So it does have the numerology in the bottom corner there for the 1. You get a beautiful full moon image, and that is our rider. And I think that's pretty darn gorgeous. I'm going to like looking at that in my spreads. For digital photography and imagery working, that's very, very nice. So that's our rider. Here is our clover, and this is what I talked about earlier when I was going to be previewing these, that I like to see the image clearly. Not too much stuff around it so that when I look through the grand tableau, I can instantly find the card I'm looking for and what house it sits in. Here's our ship. You can sort of get lost in that one. That's a beautiful image, warm, but it does have sort of the early evening for me. So that's card 3, the ship. There's our house. Now that is a mansion. So the full moon right above it, illuminated, completely illuminated. And it's nice because it doesn't have, for me, an eerie quality. It's just a home under the moonlight. But it looks more like the Queen's home. That's large. Number 5, the tree. So that one takes a little bit more looking to distinguish it. But nice. Okay, now this one wouldn't be obvious to me, so I'm going to get the little booklet out here and follow along because some of these images are not screaming at me. Okay, so 6, I should have known that is the clouds. But when I look at this image, I'm looking more here and here, just simply because of the contrast. So that's going to take me a little bit of getting used to and seeing that in my mind as the clouds. And sometimes there's a dark side and a light side to the clouds. And this seems to be the under part is getting the illumination. Now 7, I can see that that is the snake. It's sort of camouflaged there in the greenery and in the dark. And here we have 8. And that would be the coffin card for me because of the imagery that she stands within. And that does sort of get the intuition going, the way she's posed there. And 9, the bouquet, I presume. It's a little bit confusing there with the big moon behind it. I can see the bouquet. She looks like a bride. And I'm going to go back here. Yes, it is the bouquet. So a radiant bride is what it says. Okay. Then we're going on to 10. Now again, well, if you look really closely, you're going to see the scythe right here at the doorway. And that can really get the intuition going there, especially with the light on her. That's quite nice. I like the peacefulness of these cards. And the 11 card. Now that would be broom. My first word coming to mind was witch. But broom it is. The way the veil is there, it's almost like a fairy wing. Okay. Then we have bird or birds. Magpies, I would presume. Very talkative birds. Number 12. 13. This would be gift. But there's lots of images. I know you're not supposed to really go into the images. You're supposed to read it for what it is. But being an artist and a creative person, I'm looking all through the picture and seeing other things that my eye can pick up and my mind can run with. And there's the one that's on the cover, the fox. I think this is going to be a very good deck in a spread, even if I just do the 9-card spread. There's our bear with the northern lights behind and the constellation. So far only a couple cards I have had issues with trying to find what it is. So this would be star. Get it in focus, there you go. And reaching for that. Okay. This would be moon or stork. See, it's a little bit difficult. 17, I believe, is stork. Let's get in here. Stork. Well, it is the central image, but the moon really stands out. Okay. I take it this is wolf. Very nice. Then we have tower. Not the same meanings in Lenormand for tower as in tarot. I take it this is gate. Let's just check that out. Number 20. Garden. And 21. Presume that's their card for mountain. Beautiful cliffside. Now here's a dark, dark scene. Look at that one. So I'm skimming along. Now this says the way. 22 is the way card. Sometimes it comes up as the crossroads in Lenormand. Mysterious, which way shall we go? And 23, well, that would be the mice. So when you don't know all the cards in sequence, it's nice to have the little book to help you out, especially when these are different images. Lots more to them. This one is the heart. That really stands out different from the moonlight images. So in a reading, you're really going to know where the heart is instantly. 25, the ring. But it is sitting on top of a letter. So now for some people, that might be an issue. It is the ring. 26, the book. Somebody's beautiful library, study area. Now here is the letter. 27. Gorgeous table that it sits upon. See how my eye goes to everything else. But that makes it fun. 28. This would be the man. And let's put him together with 29, the woman. It's nice that they've laid them out to look at each other. Whether that happens in the spread and how far apart they are will make a difference. But you could merge these together like that. Isn't that a nice scene? Our man and our lady. And here we have 30. So that would be the lilies, although it also has that feeling for me of a coffin or a crypt. But there is number 30, the lilies. So 31 for me, I believe, is the sun. And 32 is the moon. And you can see just barely a dolphin and the image down below. The reflection. 33 is the key. Very pretty. 34 is the fish. $35 is the anchor. And 36 is the cross. I've seen some of those when I visited England in the graveyards, so that's going to be nice. All in all, I think it's a really nice deck. The only one that stands out differently is definitely the rose. So for instance, if we did a couple of them together, you're going to see how that stands out just a little bit differently. I guess if it was sat with that one, that wouldn't be so bad. But it'll be nice. I'll do some 9-card spreads with these and see how it happens to look. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Next deck we're going to be reviewing is the one you see there to your left, the Tarot de la Nuit, and I really look forward to that one. And so I'm going to head outside and do some gardening. It was -6 this morning, and let's just see while the sun's out what I can get up to out there. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll catch you again for the Tarot de la Nuit.